Hi there, band students and parents. This is Mr. Anderson here with some news about honor bands. Honor bands are a great way for students to participate in an extra band that's built up of mostly kids from around the state, different areas of the state. And there's a lot of different versions. There's a lot of varieties that we could talk about here. But basically, if you like band and you like playing music and you want more, and you want to sit next to students from around the state who also want the same things you do and practice a lot and are prepared for rehearsals. Not that anyone in Eden Prairie is not, but this is maybe just the next level for you. This might be for you. Now, there's a state honor band through the Minnesota Band Directors Association, which you can find by Googling MBDA or Minnesota Band Directors Association. And they hold a few different honor bands. The state level honor band is, there's basically three levels here, 6th through 8th grade, 9 and 10, and then there's the all-state. All-state auditions happen in high school. So here's a big description of it. And this really is for anybody who's interested in getting started on learning about auditions. These are pre-recorded auditions, so you would record yourself playing. They are fair. The judges will not receive any information about who they're listening to. Nobody's allowed to speak on the recording, so people can't tell what kind of voice you have. All they will hear is your playing. And then they judge those and rank them throughout the state. There may be hundreds of people auditioning, and they fill only one band. So, 50, 60, 70 kids at the most would be joining this band. And so it's a really, really great opportunity to submit an audition. And, maybe if we have 20 or 30 kids from CMS submitting an audition, we might get one or two selected to be part of the band. So for that honor, you get to go to the day. Actually, I think it's a 2-day event here, and you get to play with other kids from around the state. I'll show you some other options later, but here are some photos. If you go to this website and go to State Honor Band information and then page down, you'll find these collections of photos. You'll get to work with really great conductors like all these guys right here. There's some really good people. This is Timothy Marr from St. Olaf College. He used to be up at UMD. Great, really world-famous composer and conductor. There are sectionals. Here's a good example of some sectional work, just working with your section. They get some coaches from around the state, and then after everyone's prepared all day on the Saturday, you come back on Sunday and do a performance. So this is what the performance might look like. So there's a lot of good photos here. You can check out all the different people that might work with the students. If you're interested in this auditioned honor band called MBDA Honor Band, you would go in your band course to resources right here. You would dig in and find in there honor band documents. Once you open up honor band documents, you can find last year's and this year's. Here you'll find a letter about the auditions and then a guide to all the different scales that you'll be playing. And then once you do that, you can dig in and find the scales for your instrument, the audition etudes and excerpts that you'll be playing, and then how they score you. So there's an audition rubric, which you can find out how they're going to look at your recording and how they're going to score it. There's some concert video footage and some photos here if you want to take a look at that. But I would first open this audition letter and take a look at that. That's going to describe the day that it would be and the process for turning things in. Really detailed list of all the formalities and everything that you need to know. This year it's at Casson-Mantorville High School. They kind of rotate around. I've heard that it's got a beautiful new facility, brand new auditorium, and it'll be on Saturday, April 21st and Sunday, April 22nd. So if you're able to go, you would work with me to record an audition. The audition process begins now, and I can submit them anytime from November 27th to December 4th. So I'm going to put a due date of November 27th. We come back from Thanksgiving break, we need to start recording those right away. So we can get several tries at it if we need to. I'll help you record. We'll do that either during advisor or after school sometime. and we'll get some really good recordings of you practice playing those scales and etudes that you've practiced. And here are all the rules for what to do, the application, and then I submit the recordings. So you'll have to go through me to do that, and that's how that works. If you're interested in checking that out, you should go to the spot right in Schoology. Now, I have pulled a few students out, people who got a really good score on their player profile, the B-flat scale that they played, as well as anybody who's gotten a 24 or a 25 on their first performance assessment that we did. Basically, you have a straight A, and you always have. Those people, I'm going to actually assign this as part of the second performance assessment. I might not assign the whole entire audition because that's a long bit of music, but I'm going to assign that to our students who are doing well. I want them to try an audition and see what it's like. So that'll be assigned to them. But it is open to anyone. Anyone has a fair shot at it, like I said. So if you feel like checking this out, you certainly can. Minnesota Band Directors Association has another one that will be coming up called the South Central Band Directors Association Honor Band. And that's a different style. That one, I nominate people. So I would be just going by grades and your performance assessments on that. And I'll submit a short list of students for that. There's also other opportunities available, like this Minnesota Junior Wins. They do auditions in the spring, and then you're in it for a whole, I think it's just through the school year. So it meets every week. It's a very different type of honor band, very common type of thing to do. Minnesota Junior Wins is a really great program to be involved with some really great conductors and directors. So check that out if you're interested in playing in one year round. And then Minnesota Youth Jazz Bands, for those of you who are interested in jazz, they do auditions in August, I believe. And you can just double check both these websites, Minnesota Youth Jazz Band and then the Minnesota Junior Wins can be found online. Go check them out. That's everything that I have about the honor bands. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, get started on those recordings. Sorry, don't get started on the recordings, but get started on practicing some of these etudes. Here's the actual list of the audition materials that you need to play, and all the materials are available right here on the website on Schoology. So hope that helps those of you who are interested in auditioning. Here's what you need to start working on. All right, thanks for listening. I'm going to just leave you here with a video of my son falling asleep while eating pizza.